What is up, guys? Welcome to Film Now. I'm here with Ryan, Levi, and myself, Hunter. We're going to talk about some movies and tell you how we feel about them. Ready, Ryan?
Yeah. All right, today we're reviewing The Forest. What did you guys think?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
There you go.
Okay.
I watched it. I thought it was alright. It was okay. Couple issues. I mean, I personally don't like horror movies. It was a little bit creepy for me.
I honestly thought it was slow at first, but it picked up very well.
What do you think, Levi?
Well, I think as being one of the new horror movies of 2016 of the new year, I thought I was generally impressed. You know, you don't see a lot of movies deal with that topic, and I feel like they nailed it
What
pretty
topic?
hard. Topic of suicide, and the whole topic of force. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the whole new force thing, you're starting to see more movies relating to force and stuff
That
like
is
that. You know
true.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The thing I thought was kind of disrespectful is they actually used real photos.
Did they?
When she was on
Yeah.
the computer, they used real photos of dead people.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, and there's you wonder where the fine line between horror, but between what's appropriate and what can be shown in the movie. And I feel like some people that may disturb, and some people that may that might be what they're
Yeah.
looking for.
Me personally, it disturbed the crap out of me.
Yeah,
I hate seeing dead things.
Mhm.
I feel gross. Usually during a movie, I can feel oh, it's fake.
And-
Nope, it's not fake.
Yeah,
dude.
that part was.
And it makes you wonder what the legal guidelines if they can do. I mean, obviously, I guess they can do it, but
If it's
it
on the
makes you
internet,
question.
I assume they
So
could use it.
assuming they could.
So, what do you guys think about the trailer? Do you guys like it?
First off, they told you what happens in the trailer.
It was a very revealing
They-
trailer. You know what I'm
They
saying?
tell you the end of the movie.
But see, that's the issue with all movies now. All movies, their trailers give away way too much.
Well, they want to leave you on the last detail. They want to you literally when you go see a movie, you see the trailer, and it's you literally go see the movie to see the last 30 minutes because you see the first hour is summarized right in the trailer. You know what I'm saying? Which is
Not even the first hour, the last hour.
But let's
Yeah.
be
They
honest.
tell you the ending of the movie in half the trailers.
But let's be honest. Nowadays,
You still go see 'em, though.
Movies
Yeah,
are becoming
absolutely.
longer and longer. They're going back to the 4 hour, The Hobbit.
That's true.
But it was a good movie as well.
That was a good movie.
But yeah, they are getting longer. But I personally appreciate that because I don't want to pay $17 to go see a movie that's an hour and a half. I mean,
Yeah.
Well,
you
I mean,
wanna be-
The Forest wasn't that long.
No, it was not.
It wasn't. No, but it was.
What was it? An hour 20?
Yeah, it was something
Yeah, it
like
was
that.
short.
Yeah.
But yet, didn't it feel like it kind of dragged on at the same time?
The first half hour dragged on for so long.
Definitely.
It was come on, do something with yourself, and let me see some action.
There
Please.
wasn't in the beginning. There wasn't enough scares at all.
Well, I mean, I personally appreciate that. I hate scares, dude.
Well, I
I
mean,
will piss my pants so
I'm a
fast.
horror junkie.
Yeah, I
He
know.
is. He's a very
he'll
big
shoot
into
up
it.
horror if it was possible.
So
It's it's his drug. It's his high.
Yeah, it really is. I'd rather watch
Which I don't
comedy
understand,
or
but hey.
action.
no, don't get me wrong. I love a good action. I just
Right?
horror movies I really like. But
Yep.
It seems like the last year hasn't been a good year for horror movies.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Sinister, one of my favorite movies. Sinister 2 was kind of
It was. Yeah.
it was a flop.
And that's
But,
basically
I
how
mean,
it is with all these sequels. You know what I'm saying?
For a horror movie, Forrest did do a good job.
Forrest did do a good job. I did like the cave scene.
Yeah. The makeup on
makeup.
all the characters were great, even just the simplest makeups. They did a fantastic job with those. And I mean, imagine how long that some of the actors must have had to
Yeah,
sit there.
exactly. Absolutely. good acting as well too. You know what I'm saying?
did.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's
acting
very.
wasn't bad. There were some scenes that I was like, okay.
Who was
that's-
the one girl? Now I can't remember her name, but she was pretty good.
Which
which-
Sarah?
Yeah, Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah.
No, you
I don't know the actors'
You know
names.
that was the same woman, right? They played the sisters. It was the same
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
Notice
yeah.
how they weren't in or they weren't in the same shots.
They did the same thing. Oh no, they didn't do it as well. But remember Parent Trap?
Oh, yeah.
Lindsay
Yeah.
Lohan, like, right beside.
Wasn't
each
that
other.
a Disney movie?
Was it Disney?
I think it was a Disney
I don't
movie.
know.
They
She's
show
doing
it on
drugs
Disney
now.
a lot.
She went off.
We're
the
getting
map.
sidetracked.
Anyways,
Huh.
all right. So now we're gonna give this movie a rating. We're gonna do it on a scale of 1 to 10. Jack-o'-lanterns. Let's go.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I like the movie, especially coming into 2016. Let's see what's in store for us. I'll give the movie 6.5, 6.5.
Would you recommend someone watching it?
I really would because I thought it was very new, it was very interesting, and it was really really good. It was an interesting type of horror movie, and I definitely recommend it.
What about you, Ryan?
Well, I've seen a lot of horror movies. A lot of horror movies. And it wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad at all. I'd give it a 5. Solid 5.
Yeah. I don't watch horror movies. I was forced to watch this one by this guy and this guy. Not really this guy, just this guy. I've never really enjoyed them. They've never been like entertaining to me, really. I mean, they just don't get my attention as much. Like I'll look away half the time because I'm scared and peeing my pants.
Yeah,
Um,
I can relate.
yeah. So I wouldn't give it that good of a rating because me personally, I don't like horrors, but it is a good movie, so I'll add a couple points just because of that. I would say about a 6. I bet, yeah, it's six jack-o'-lanterns, and I would suggest them to go see it. Even though I don't like horror movies, I still enjoyed watching the movie and having that experience. All right, now we're talking about The Visit. It's a pretty good horror movie from 2015. It's a fun movie. It's pretty neat about some kids going to their grandparents' house, and their grandparents seem to be crazy.
Found footage, not a big fan of found footage films. In all honesty, didn't think this movie was very good at all. Didn't like it. M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night, someone. Whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, the weird dude.
He has a track record of making
Plot twist.
plot twists, but a lot of them aren't that good. And
No.
this is another one that I thought was a little bit. It was way too predictable. You could see it was going to happen. And overall, I didn't think it was that good a movie. What about you, Levi?
All right, so what my opinion of the movie was is I thought it was decent. It wasn't, I'm not the biggest in the horror, but I have seen a few, and, I'm not sure how it really stacks up with the rest. I think it's kind of the whole plot of the story was kind of interesting because you got these two kids going over to their grandparents who, they've allegedly never seen before, and I kind of think that's a little odd, you know what I'm saying? Because, you would, what's even the reasoning for that? And,
they gave a reasoning.
Yeah.
what was because the mother was going out, right?
Yeah, well, the mother.
What was the reason they went again?
It was that.
The mother was leaving. She was going
Seen
on.
their grandparents in a long time.
No, they had
hadn't
never seen them.
because they got in a fight. The grandparents and their mother got in a fight, and
Yes, and then why would she want to take her kids there? That's what I can't
Because they
figure
were kind
out.
of made up or something,
Yeah, they
and,
made up or
and they
something.
wanted to meet their grandkids and blah 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 and blah blah blah. But I would disagree with you on the fact that I don't think the plot was weird. I think the plot was actually pretty neat. They could have brushed it up a lot. I mean, a lot could have been fixed, but the
you knew
fact
it was coming. Like the end, you knew
what
it was gonna
of
happen.
course,
But
of course.
Mhm.
But I mean, the neat part is like these kids, like they don't just stumble upon this. They were put there, and then how are they supposed to get out of the situation? Because apparently their mom's a dummy, and like when their kids call saying, I think there's something wrong with Grandma. She goes, whatever, and hangs up. Like, what kind of mother would do that?
Yeah.
I mean, my mom would be like, all right, I'll be right there. I'm going to kill your grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Grandma asked me to get in the oven. Okay, well, let's have
Just
Grandma
do
for
it.
dinner.
Cops.
Right?
That's interesting plot, but didn't fulfill
Yeah.
expectations.
Okay, well, now we're gonna. So we've basically said our mind about this movie. Trailer wise, I didn't like the trailer at all.
Didn't like the trailer.
I didn't.
And like
No.
I said, I'm
It was
not
not a strong trailer.
I'm not a big person into found footage films. I don't really like
Yeah.
them. There's an exception with Blair Witch. I liked.
I mean,
Blair Witch was
a
creepy.
fantastic-
Yeah, that was a
they-
creepy movie.
They did so much with that film that
Mhm.
is just different than
Yeah.
everyone else.
but
Yes.
But yeah. But anyways, Levi, you didn't like the trailer either.
No, I didn't like it. I just, it wasn't, if you were a horror fan, then that trailer would not have been attractable to you. You just would have turned away from it.
Not like
Yeah.
I mean, a
You
trailer
know.
usually has jump scares in it. Where was the jump scare? There
Yeah.
was none.
But I feel like if you weren't that big into horror, maybe it would have pulled you into, a little bit more. Maybe said, hey, this is interesting. Maybe I should go check this out. But I'm like, for Ryan, he's a diehard, horror fan. I could definitely see why
I
he
didn't
could be
see it in
unsatisfied with that.
theaters. I didn't see it in theaters.
You didn't see it in
I went
theaters?
to all it came on demand,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw it for like $1.
Okay.
All right.
It'll probably be on Netflix
So
soon.
last but not least, the rating. What do you guys think about the movie? Levi, you can start.
I mean, I can't say it was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Definitely not, but it also wasn't the strongest. And, I tend to be more on the scarable side when it comes to horror movies, and it didn't get me to the point where I was that frightened. And I'm sure same for Hunter. It just didn't
Yeah.
get us to that point where we were that scared, and it definitely didn't do it for Ryan. So.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm gonna just give it a 6. I'm gonna go out on a limb and just give it a, maybe 5.5, 6.
All right. Before you go, I want to go
All right.
because I want to see how
I'm
close
gonna
to
rip-
your
I'm
opinion
gonna
I
rip
get.
on this
I
movie.
am too. So, I'm sorry, but a horror movie that doesn't scare me, that's not a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just a boring movie.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna give this movie any bonus points because I think it will appeal to people who like horrors because I don't think it will. Back me up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So with my personal opinion about the movie, I thought it was boring, not scary enough. Because at least in a scary horror movie, I can understand the appeal. But it wasn't scary. It was just like a little tiny bit of creep throughout the movie. That was it. So with all that and me not liking horrors and not giving the advantage because I can see the appeal, I'm gonna give it a 2. I honestly wanted
Wow.
to give it a 1, but I think a 2
Jeez.
is good.
You a
because
2.
I know I'm
What's Ryan gonna give it, a -5?
maybe I would believe so, but I wanted to see how close I could get to his. So 2 jack-o'-lanterns out of 10.
Jeez.
You're actually very close to me.
Yeah, I thought
You're
so. I
very
thought
close
so.
to me. I've
gave it a
seen,
5.5.
Like I said, I've seen a lot of horror movies, and in all honesty, some B movies are better than this movie. The one thing that's going for it was a creative plot, but that's basically all that's going for it. So I'm giving it a 2.
Woohoo!
Hey, one more thing I need to add is, do you guys remember when this movie came out originally? This movie was like hype. You saw it on TV all the time.
yeah,
you
there
could
were
not
so
you
many-
could not get on
There were-
YouTube
yeah.
without
It was-
that ad
yeah.
playing every single time you hit a video. That trailer for the visit. That movie was hype. I mean, for like 3 days straight.
And then it sucked.
before
I
it
know.
came out, you just online, you would see it on the ads at the bottom. Go see the visit. You'd see it trailers on
You'd see
TV.
it everywhere.
You'd see it on the ads on YouTube. You'd see it everywhere, and you
Well,
could
I
swear
mean-
this was like
I
it
mean-
was like Jurassic World. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was
We'll go
it was
on.
like
Jurassic
Star
World was
Wars.
actually good.
But yeah, just like
We'll
yeah,
go
that
off
was
on
good.
A tangent for a little couple minutes, but one thing that I've been noticing is a lot of the bad movies have been hyped. Like Sinister
Yeah.
2,
Yeah.
I honestly, Sinister 2, wasn't that bad, but that's just because Sinister is my favorite horror movie. But the second one had so much hype, and it let.
Yeah. You know what movie's being really hyped right now?
Which one?
Bad
I
Grandpa.
bet I could. Yep.
I'm not really excited for that movie because it's a ripoff of the
What's the other one called with Johnny Knoxville?
Yeah.
Isn't it called? It's called
Something Grandpa.
Something Grandpa.
What
Anyway.
is it?
I don't know. Bad.
What's the new one then?
It's like Dirty Grandpa.
Dirty
Oh,
Grandpa.
Dirty
We had it
Grandpa.
wrong.
So I like Bad
that's
Grandpa.
Frank. We
Dirty-
got our producer Frank in the background telling us that
This one is
it's
even-
dirty,
he's
Frank.
not our producer.
They don't need to know that.
So yeah, I'm kind of scared about that movie because first of all, it's a ripoff of Bad Grandpa. Second of all, I just don't think it's gonna be.
And they
that
got like a
good.
lot of stars in Dirty Grandpa. Like in Bad Grandpa, it was just Johnny Knoxville, but
I
like
love
the Dirty
Bad Grandpa.
Yeah, oh, I
It was
did too.
So inappropriate, but it was funny as all heck.
In Dirty Grandpa, they have like, don't they have like 3 really big stars in that
All right,
movie? I believe they
we're
do.
getting off on a tangent.
I know.
Yes,
I
we
know.
are.
Anyway.
Anyways, wait. Before we close out, I want to do something. We didn't really discuss this, but I want to do it. We're gonna have a little battle here
A battle.
between the forest and the visit.
Oh.
I wonder how hard this is gonna
No,
be.
no competition.
No competition.
The forest.
The visit.
Forest.
What?
What?
The forest.
The forest.
So the forest gets it all for all three of us. Forest won this one.
So go see it.
Yeah, we all recommend going
I-
to the
uh-huh.
forest.
Yeah,
I would
we
recommend
would
it.
say the visit. Just knock it off your list. Don't watch it. Don't. Waste the
Yeah.
money to watch it.
Yeah. Just
So wait till it comes on Netflix
wait
or
until
something.
It's free on Netflix.
Yeah.
Don't even if it's free, just don't waste your valuable time watching that movie. Don't.
All right.
Well, that's it for this episode. Hope you enjoy.
Hope you enjoy us next time.
What do you think we're gonna do? A comedy or an action?
Honestly, I think it's gonna be a comedy,
I think it's.
but we'll post about it.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
See you next week.